This is Shannon Holton, Real Salty Dietitian and owner of Sound Growth Nutrition and Wellness, pediatric nutrition practice here in Eastern North Carolina. Today I want to talk about motivation. Why do I want to talk about motivation? Because that's what I've had to find in the last year or the last few months to really kind of break out, branch out, and figure out what it is that I want to do. When we think about motivation, there's a few different factors that really play into why we feel motivated inside of ourselves. Things that you can even see in toddlers, things that you can see in life throughout stages, whether you're 3 or 30 or 50. There are 3 concepts that really play into our internal drive and our internal motivation. These things are not new. They're not something that I made up or created myself, but they're things that I've gone back to as I pulled out my textbooks from some of my leadership classes and organizational development classes to sit and kind of have a self-analysis of my own motivation and what I need to work on. One is autonomy. That is the sense of wanting to do it yourself. You think about the 3-year-old who wants to tie their shoes themselves, or when you try to help scoop a serving of spaghetti at dinner time, they say, no, I do it. But in order to have that autonomy, you need to have the self-confidence to do it on your own. And you also have, if you're in a work setting or if you're in a parent-child dynamic, have to be able to have somebody let you do it. So those 2 things kind of come together to create that autonomy. The second thing is purpose, and this is the one I will tell you that has been the biggest struggle for me, and there's a couple of reasons why. When I think about purpose, you have to feel like when you're trying to be motivated or you're trying to motivate somebody else, that you're making a difference or that what you're doing is going to make a difference. In a work setting, your purpose is what you're doing is making a difference. Is all the work that I'm doing leading up to something that's going to impact people or the organization, and I can feel good about it. The thing I think with purpose that can be challenging is, in order to feel purpose, especially in a workplace setting, you have to have inspiration, feel inspired, and you have to feel valued. So if you don't feel those things, oftentimes it can be hard to find your purpose. You have to kind of really dig deep to figure out where you're making that difference if you're not feeling that inspiration and value from the people around you. The last thing is mastery. Do I feel satisfied from learning a new skill that will help me in my job, that will help to give me confidence to feel autonomous and help to give me purpose because I know I'm better at what I'm doing now that I've gained a skill so that I can help more people. So autonomy, purpose, and mastery are all things that we need internally to feel motivated. And if one of those things is out of whack, sometimes it affects the whole big picture of motivation and you don't feel as inspired to do something else. There are a couple other motivators that I didn't mention, and I didn't mention them intentionally, but I'll briefly say there's rewards and punishment. Those are things that come from the outside. They don't impact or they don't drive you internally to say, I'm going to do this because if I do this, I will get $5,000. Now, you might think that's a great motivator, but if you're truly inspired and you have true internal motivation, whether you get that $5,000 bonus or not, you're still going to do the best job you can do. The $5,000 is gravy, and it's great and it's wonderful. There has actually been research that shows that when you give a reward and punishment system, that oftentimes it impacts people's internal drive because they focus more on the external goals and rewards and avoidance of punishment. So that's kind of my nutshell of motivation for today. Just knowing that I've spent a lot of time thinking about that in the last few months. And I hope that it can be helpful to you if you're struggling with some motivation today. Next time we may talk a little bit more about that issue of inspiration and value. I am a very driven also by being able to help to inspire people. And so that's one of the things that I would like to spend more time talking about on another snippet. So look forward to Friday where we'll once again dig into a newsworthy scientific topic where I can kind of break down a little bit of science and help you understand the world a little better. Have a great day.